Hi, it's Katie and Justin with Hill Country Hands. My husband Justin is joining us today for this video. Today's video we are going to be going over some gift ideas for Father's Day. Since Father's Day is coming up, sometimes what us moms think might be a good idea, might not be as enjoyable for Dad as we think it might be. So I kind of wanted to get his opinion on what would be some good gift ideas. Father's Day is coming up on June 21st, so I plan on getting this video out before the beginning of June, so that should give you plenty of time to do a little shopping, especially online shopping. All these gift ideas you can get off of our links that I'm going to put in the description. Most of them I believe you can get from Amazon. So we have a variety of different gift ideas that range differently in prices. Most of them are not very expensive. They're pretty affordable. The speakers would be the most expensive thing, but everything else is pretty affordable, definitely under $50 range for most of the things that we're going to talk about. Mackenzie's helping us. She's a little bit of a distraction. Sorry, that's what Justin's looking at over here. We're watching her play on the porch. Anyway, I hope that this video gives y'all some good ideas on gifts to give your dads or your husbands. Father's Day deserves a special gift for dads, so hopefully this helps you out a little bit. I know sometimes I struggle getting gifts for my dad and for Justin just because it feels like they have everything. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up. We do new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Let's get into the gift ideas. Okay, so the first couple things we're going to talk about are things used with drinks. Justin usually likes to drink whiskey, so we found these cool little ice cube kind of things that he actually gave.
They're shaped like bullets.
He gave these to his groomsmen as a wedding gift. So you freeze it and it just keeps your drink cold.
Yeah, without watering it down. You don't have the ice that melts it and dilutes it a little bit. So it came with 6 of them, and it came with a little pouch you just throw in the freezer. And then when you want your drink, just take them out and put them in your glass or tumbler or whatever you're doing, and it keeps it cold for a while. I've used it once. My buddies that I gave it to have used it, and they seem to like it. So it keeps it a little more cold than just doing ice cubes, and it doesn't dilute it with the water from the ice.
So it's just a cute little idea.
Yeah, I think those were around $15 when I bought them.
The next one is a spear ice cube mold. So you just put the water in it, and then it freezes into like a big
ball of ice.
A big ball of ice.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be good for mixed drinks because it, I guess, melts slower than if you have a bunch of smaller cubes.
The only thing about this one is it's one big volume, so you can't really tell how much is in it, compared to like if you're used to putting ice cubes in, and you can't put 2 of them in a small glass. So even though it lasts longer, I don't feel like the volume is as much. So it just depends. But it does melt slower than regular ice, so you don't have the dilution from the water of your ice with it. So that's one good thing about it. But it's pretty cool.
The next thing is, this is my Yeti koozie, but I use it a lot, and I feel like it's a good idea for a gift idea for Dad, whether for beer or soft drinks. It just keeps the can really cold for a long time. So I use mine a lot. A Yeti koozie I think is a good idea. They do come in a bunch of different colors. I think they're around $25. This one's held up really well. I do think it's worth paying for the Yeti version on this one. They do have, like I said, a bunch of pretty colors. They have some more manly colors. Obviously this one's not super masculine. And then the next thing is Justin's Yeti coffee mug. And I have one of those as well that Justin got me for Mother's Day. I just recently started drinking a little bit of coffee, and I can't believe the difference that it makes using that cup. Just how long it keeps your coffee hot is pretty impressive, and it doesn't burn your hand. Some of my other mugs, if I get the coffee hot enough to where I want it, it's burning my hand when I pick it up.
Yeah, so those don't have the handles to them, so the porcelain from it or whatever it is gets pretty hot Whereas this one, it's got a handle and it's metal and it's coated. Even the one she has, it's that color, but it's also coated. What I really like about it is, like, I can make it in the morning, like say if I'm at work, and it stays warm at least all morning long. I don't know if the other off brands do, but for sure this one does. And I can make it at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's still warm at 10 o'clock. So when I'm here, I don't need it to be as warm as long, but that's literally the only mug I've used since my birthday, which is when I got it. And I think I've used April. You are crazy.
She's
Yeah, you're crazy.
drinking out of my koozie. More? You didn't have anything.
There's nothing in there.
There's nothing in there that you got.
You kooky kid.
She's eating a cinnamon roll over here.
But I've used one mug one time just because that one was in the dishwasher, and otherwise I've used that every day since I've gotten it. So it's obviously held up, it's stayed warm, the lid's not broken or anything, and it's gone with me to work every day.
And you can do it in the dishwasher, can't you?
Well, I do, so. And it hasn't peeled or anything when we washed it in the dishwasher, so it definitely it lasts. So, and I like the coating on it. It's more like a powder coating, so as opposed to some like paint.
I think it's definitely a must if you have a coffee drinker in your family, your husband or your dad.
Or tea if you're.
That's true. Some
If you
people
have
do
tea
drink
at night
tea.
or something.
So I think for last year's Father's Day is when I gave Justin this shirt that we're going to show you. He wears it all the time. It's super soft. They have it, I think they have like Papa. They have a couple different ones. I was able to find the same exact one with the same brand through Amazon, so I will link that. But it's just held up really well. It was so soft whenever we first got it. Obviously it's kind of gotten a little bit worn because he wears it quite often. Get him a long sleeve shirt, the same brand, and it wasn't the same shirt though. So I would recommend the short sleeve shirt. Just the material was different on it.
Yeah, it's really soft. The color's really cool. It fits good. I wear it all the time, and I like that olive color because it matches a lighter pair of shorts or pants, or I wear dark stuff all the time and it goes with both of them, so I probably wear it twice a week probably. So.
And they do have a couple different colors, but I thought that one was really cool and just kind of different. So I think getting some kind of dada or daddy kind of shirt is kind of a cool idea. Some of them are a little bit cheesy, so this one kind of seems more masculine to me, less cheesy than some of the other ones that I've also gotten Justin or that you see on the internet. So I feel like that's a good one to go with. And I think it's $25 maybe, right around that price range, so not too expensive. The next thing that we're going to talk about is a foot massager that I got for Justin for Valentine's Day. I looked at a bunch of different ones, different reviews. This is the one that I ended up getting. It does heat as well. I guess you can do it with heat or not. I think when I got it, it was around the $65 price range. I think they may have gone up a little bit in price when I was looking last night for the links. But he seems to use it
Every other day, third day.
So he uses it quite often. I mean, not for like hours and hours or anything like that, but he just has it in our living room. Mackenzie actually likes to stand on part of it.
She reminds me I need to use it.
She only does it with him. It's like she knows that it's his. I thought that it was a good gift idea, and like I said, he uses it a couple times a week just for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. But I feel like if you have a job where you're on your feet a lot.
I use it mostly whenever I'm outside working in the yard or doing projects outside. I'm on my feet and come in and my feet are pretty sore, and it definitely helps.
I was struggling to think of something to get him for Valentine's Day, and I didn't really know if he would use it that much, but I'm really happy that I got it for him because he does seem to enjoy it and use it. I do try to get gifts that, you know, he's gonna like and use. So I think some kind of a massager is a good idea. They did have some that were nicer, and they had some that can like convert into more of like a back massager as well, just depending on your price range. So the next thing is the baby monitor that we use. Justin thought that this was a good idea to share with y'all because
it's cheap. This is what it's made by. But I like it because it's battery powered. You just unplug it from your bedside, and I take it out to the shop with me, so if she's still asleep and then Mackenzie's still asleep, I can listen out for her. And then that way I know that, you know, she's awake and I'll come in and get her. Or at least she's moving around. And then when I hear her moving around, I can switch over to the other thing, which is the Wyze Cam. We have one above her crib, and they're cheap. They're 25 bucks. They have a lot of reviews. They have two different styles. I have them, let's see, we have 4 of them in the house or around the house. That are, one's above her crib, the rest are facing outside on the front porch, the back porch, the side. And they come up really fast. And like I said, they're $25 for the standard one, and then one you can move around, it's like $35. So they're super cheap, easy to set up. They're not meant for outdoor use, but we've had one outside for a year now in a little cover, and it's been fine. So, but for 25 bucks when it dies, just get another one. So it's definitely been worth it. For $100, we've got 4 cameras up, you know, whereas you can't find cameras that cheap that come up as fast and work as well.
Well, and I'm not like super tack savvy.
Tack? Here, she's not tactical apparently.
Not either. Tech savvy. I'm not super tech savvy, and it's really user friendly. The app is. It's nice that I can pull up one app and I can look at all the different parts of the house, because we do use it as a baby monitor for Mackenzie, but we also mainly use it, I feel like, for like security. So, you know, if Justin's at work, I can pull up. If I hear somebody at the door, or if I'm expecting somebody, I can pull up the front camera on my phone and just have it pulled up.
See whenever they get here, so you can keep an eye on them. Our room is in the back that we hang out in, and you know, we don't have the window open in the front, so you can see everything in the front of the house pretty easily just from one app. So it's kind of nice.
So it's definitely nice. And then obviously we use it to check on her throughout the night whenever she's sleeping. I've been concerned lately that she's going to start climbing out of her crib, so when I wake up, I usually check just to make sure she's still doing okay in there. Very easy to use if you're not tech savvy.
Mm-hmm. And it works with the Alexa, so you can integrate it with everything else. That company has a bunch of different things that they're coming out with, so motion sensors, things like that. So if you get that camera, you can link it with a whole bunch of other things that they have. So I feel like for the price, it's good. And if it breaks, you just buy another one. You're not out $150, $200 like some of the other stuff. So a couple other things are pretty cool for dads that they might like is, one, if they have a garage and it's only got like the one light bulb in it, to keep from mounting, you know, a bunch of fluorescent lights in your garage. If they go out there and work on it a lot, they make a garage light that's an LED light that has 3 or 4 leaves on it that are super bright. They light up the entire garage, and I've read a lot of reviews and watched a lot of reviews on them, and they are great. I don't have one because I don't need one, but if you have a garage that's dark, we might actually get one for the shed, just have one bulb in there, but it lights every area in a 2-car garage. So we'll show a picture of that. They're really cool. If I needed one for the area that we have, I would get one. On the other lighting is these lamps that are LED lamps. They're retractable, so you can kind of titrate the brightness of it so that you can either make it super bright or not so bright. It's good for camping. I usually use it for working on the truck. It's got a magnetic base, so you just pop it anywhere on the truck that you're working, and it holds right there and it lights up the area. And it's got the little lantern handles that you can just hang it on whatever you need to. They're super cheap. They're LED, so they're bright. They use AA batteries, and they'll last forever on those AA batteries. Mine met a tragic end with the oven fixture. I had it inside the oven, and apparently it doesn't work whenever you turn the oven on and the light's still in there. So, but otherwise it lasted really good. But some lighting things, to help out. Guys always love flashlights. So any kind of lighting thing. I've got probably 7 different flashlights inside the house that are all LED lights, so just make sure they're either AA or that 18650 battery. Those are the most common ones.
So a couple of these things are stuff that Justin doesn't have but would like to have, or like with the garage light, obviously he thinks it's really cool but we don't need it at this time. He's just always kind of on the lookout for cool stuff, and
The other thing that's really cool is they make a Blackstone grill. We would use it for camping mostly. They make a small plate version, and it's just a grill. That's all it is, just a grill top. But it's pretty cool. It's electric. They make a small one, and then they make a really big one if you're doing a lot of like cooking for multiple people, like a full family of camping, and you want to do multiple things on the grill. But they range between like $75 and $150 depending on what size you get. But I think for our next big camping trip, we'll probably get the smaller one to take with us so we can do some things on it. We needed it on our last camping trip for a few things. It would have been nice to have like a griddle instead of having to do it on a propane stove with, you know, a pan. So it would have been nicer to be able to do on the griddle instead. But it's pretty cool. Like I said, they make multiple sizes, so just whatever size meets your needs. We would just need a small one, I feel, for what we're going to do with it.
And I think any type of grill is also a popular idea for Father's Day, whether you get like a charcoal grill or a gas grill, if Dad needs like an upgrade or anything like that. I know especially since Father's Day is in the summertime, it's nice to give them something that they could use. You know, typically most people grill more in the summer, so I think any kind of grill is a good idea. So the last thing that we're going to talk about is some speakers that I got Justin for Christmas. I think it was year before last?
I think year before last. But they're Ryobi speakers. And this is the bass unit. And you can connect it to Bluetooth. You can connect it directly with an auxiliary cable. It's got a radio tuner in it. Yeah, see? Oh, you want to push all the buttons? Mm-hmm. She loves this thing. But it's pretty cool. And I know the cool thing is you can either plug it in to an AC outlet, or it uses the Ryobi batteries. So if you have a bunch of batteries, you just click them in. The small one will last a couple hours. I have a 6 amp hour, the biggest one they make, and it lasts all day and the next day. So what's cool is you can hook up to 5 speakers together and put them either all throughout the house, or like what I do is when I'm working outside, I have the bass inside the garage, and then I just put them throughout the yard, and I can hear music all throughout the yard. Like I said, there's 5 different ones, and they operate independently. So if you have them in 5 different rooms, you can have different volume in every room. They work on the battery, which is cool because then you could take it with you camping or whatever. All the bases, they work with the batteries. They're pretty cool. They're probably one of the coolest things that I got. And what's nice is if you already have Ryobi tools, you've already got the batteries for them. Ryobi is a good like homeowner brand. Like if you're a professional, you're not gonna use the Ryobi tools, but I've had the tools for a while, and I've put up several fences with them, done a lot of stuff with them for the house, and they work just fine for what I need them for. So if you're gonna tools for them, get them something that like that where they can use one system. Like I said, I've got a bunch of batteries. Every time I get something, it comes with batteries, and so it's nice to be able to have them for everything. Eventually I'll have all 5 speakers so I can have them everywhere. My buddies were over the other day, and they thought they were really cool to be able to do, and they ran off batteries, and they didn't realize how long the batteries would last with the speakers. So it's probably one of the cooler gifts that I've gotten, and I use them every single day I go outside. I use them. So they're definitely getting worn and used. I keep the base station inside the garage so that it stays pretty clean, doesn't get thrown around until Mackenzie gets a hold of it, of course. But yeah, you're gonna fall again, huh?
And I like that
But
the
they're pretty
volume you can control, because like whenever we had like her birthday party, we had one, you know, on the porch or closer to the house that was obviously lower volume because people are trying to visit, but then, you know, further out in the yard you can have it a little bit louder. So it's nice to be able to you know, go room to room and kind of adjust the volume for how you want like the mood to be, kind of.
Yeah. And since you can do 5, like you can have 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the living room, and 3 outside where, you know, you can crank it up if you want to. And they sound really good. They're surprisingly, you know, for a Ryobi speaker, they sound really good. I mean, they're not like Bose style, but especially when you have all three of mine on, like they sound really good because it's a surround sound. We have actually hooked them up to the TV before just to see if they would work. It only uses that auxiliary cable, but we made like a mini surround sound for the TV one night just to see, and it worked fine. So they're pretty cool. If your husband likes to listen to music outside or inside, like it's definitely a must buy for them. So.
And it's a cool gift because you could also, I mean, you don't want to give them a speaker for every gift occasion, but you could add to their collection and give them another one for another gift giving occasion if they do enjoy having the first couple and if they use them a lot. Or
yeah, I got one of them in a gift exchange with my side of the family. My sister got me one, so it was cool to be able to add to it. I'm not sure what the add-on speakers, they're a little pricey, but I mean, it's a system, so, and what's cool is you already have the batteries for them if you have Ryobi tools. I would think something, if you're gonna spend quite a bit of money on him for their gift, get an idea. Like, I'm very particular about if I want a grill, there's probably a very specific grill that I've already got in mind. So either do the gift card thing or a picture, like whenever I got her Mother's Day gift, I had a picture because I didn't know specifically what she wanted, and it wasn't.
he printed out a picture of a computer, so that way I knew I was getting a computer. So I do like the idea that Justin did with putting the picture of the gift idea into the card, you know, and with Amazon and everything, you can still get the gift pretty quickly, but that way you get exactly what they want. You can tell them this is what I had in mind, you know, that way it's still a surprise. But that way, so you don't have to ask them, you know, what girl would you want? It's still a surprise, but that way you can get something that they really want.
You don't have to worry about exchanging it,
or them secretly not liking it and wishing that they had something else, especially if it's an expensive gift. Just because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, but at the same time, if you have something like very specific that you want and that you're going to use all the time and it's a pricey gift, you know, you want what you want. You want what you had in mind, kind of. So I think that is a great idea to do with any expensive gift. I hope this video was helpful with some ideas for Father's Day for y'all. And Justin, thank you for joining us on today's video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Commenting and liking and subscribing to our channel really helps our channel out. We appreciate all of our subscribers, and I will be back with a new video on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you for watching.